Hi guys, welcome back to Andy's World of Warcraft Let's Play. We are in Duskwood right now, and we're just heading out of the inn where we were getting some rested XP. So, first thing that we should do is go ahead and check our map. It looks like we've got dire wolves to kill, dusky lumps to collect, that's odd, and wolf steaks to collect. So, what we're going to go ahead and do is... and one other thing we can do real quickly is ride up the hillside here and grab this flight point. That's what this green exclamation point is. So definitely a good thing to have. It'll make it easier to get back here in the future, or to fly from here to somewhere else later on, maybe as an intermediate point. So we can look for these wolf steaks, and we may as well go ahead and try to kill dire wolves at the same time. So I'm going to head up to the area that's highlighted in blue on the map, and that should allow us to find the wolves. So you can even see that on the mini map. It's this region ahead of us. And here's a wolf. So I'm just going to kind of roll over to him. Oh my goodness. We're immediately triggering combo breakers and stuff. I guess a lot of these combo breakers just sort of let us wail on enemies. We don't really have to worry about spending a lot of chi to do that. So that's good. Nice. Another one down. Unfortunately, at level 20, it doesn't seem like we got any additional combat skills. I do need to try to use that flying crane kick, though. Or flying dragon kick, rather, sorry. And our health is starting to get a little low, so I'm going to try to play it careful, not engage too many of them too quickly. That flying dragon kick does do a decent amount of damage. It's basically equivalent to 2 or 3 other strikes. There we go. That's going well. I'm going to go ahead and just have my character eat real quickly. This only restores 348 health because it's only level 5 food, but a little later on when we get back by town, we should be able to look into acquiring some higher level food. So that just heals us up a little bit. Looks like there's some players over there, so I'm going to kind of trend down the side of Duskwood here, since we've got a few other wolves that we can take on. There we go. So Duskwood, it's potentially kind of a creepy zone because it's very dark and foreboding compared to other locations in the game, especially compared to Elwyn Forest, which is right there and is much nicer. But most of the time I generally find it to be one of my more favored zones, one of my zones that I particularly like, just because it's got a nice selection of creatures. You know, there's wolves and spiders and all sorts of things, and a few of the undead. So it's kind of fun to explore and fun to see what we come across. Looks like somebody really killed a bunch of these wolves down this way. Oh yeah, there's that person right there. A level 21 human monk. We don't want to directly have to compete with people too much. Let's see if we can't try to find some of these dusky lumps from spiders. So there's a spider. Go ahead and try to take this guy out. Get him with a blackout kick. Nice. Alright, so we got one. There's a wolf. We also need the wolves, so... Looks like these are a lot of the same wolves that drop the steaks we need. I don't know why... Oh, looks like we got all the steaks, all the wolf steaks that we need. So we just have to explore around and look for more spiders. And kill 5 more... Oh, what? Oh no, we got attacked by some Worgen. That's not good. I think we'll be able to take them down. They don't have too much more health than we do. Get them with a good strong kick. That seems to do the job. We don't want to run into too many of these Worgen. I think we're going to have to fight them later on anyway, so no need to exhaust ourselves fighting them now. These spiders are not too difficult, but it is still easy to have your health drop if you go in against them and you're starting out at low health, so if you're fighting these guys, just be careful not to engage too many of them too quickly. I do see that my health is rather low, and that's what's causing the border of the screen to flash like that. It's kind of glowing red. I think that happens when you're below about 40% of your full life total. Now, some monks might have abilities to heal themselves. I don't think we have anything like that. We got Quaking Palm. Detox would remove poison and disease, but that's not what we're dealing with, so I don't think that'll do us any good. Yeah, this is rather frustrating with all of these guys, all of these other players killing the wolves that we need. Let's see if many of them are out in this direction. Perhaps they've respawned a bit. Ah, yes, here's one. Ah, and there's a second one. Great. At least walking to get them has given us a chance to get some more of our health back, which is certainly good. I'm hoping that as we continue to level up, we may find that we get some abilities that like make our attacks heal us, that type of thing. Like our blackout kick seems to be applying some sort of a heal effect. What is that? We got an ability, and I'm just going to pull open our... Alright, here we go. Pull open our spellbook. Combat Conditioning. This is the ability I think we got at level 20. Blackout Kick heals for 20% of the damage that we deal if we use it when we are in front of an enemy. So that makes it a very good ability for us to use. Excellent. That'll continue to heal up our damaged health as we fight, which is a very useful skill to have. I really personally prefer abilities that heal you while you're fighting, just because it lets you continue to roll through combat so rapidly. Makes it very easy to level up quickly. And on the note of leveling up quickly, we still have 41 minutes remaining of our Enlightenment ability, so we're getting a bonus 50% experience from enemies and quests. That's another reason that we should try to move through these promptly so that we can go turn in some quests and get lots of experience. It'll be really good. I think as soon as that runs out each time, we can go and do the quest for it again and get sort of a refreshed version of that. So it might be the sort of thing that we can pretty much keep up all the time. If that's the case, that's quite fantastic and gives monks a real advantage as far as leveling is concerned. So I'm pretty excited about that prospect. And I know I said that I wouldn't really use heirloom gear because I figure it's not really the same as if it were my first playthrough, but on the other hand, if I had chosen to play monk right off the bat and hadn't started with other characters, it's not like I would have not... Wow, we're getting into a lot of double and triple negatives, but basically I would have this ability whether I had played other characters first or not, so I consider it fairly reasonable to use it as part of leveling, similar to rested XP. It increases the amount of experience we gain, but it's not too bad. It's not like it's a broken ability that makes the game not fun. Not that heirlooms are broken, but they certainly do make it a bit easier. It would give us like an extra 50% bonus or so. Alright, so we have 3 out of 6 dusky lumps. We still need to get a few more. It looks like we're done fighting wolves though, so we don't need to worry about them anymore. I will say, the fogginess of this place can sometimes make it a little bit more difficult to see where enemies are, and it can also be a bit disorienting, so it's always good to check your map, check your mini-map, make sure you know where you are, and don't go wandering into this Worgen territory, since they are some unhappy campers. They're them. This is them, they're camping, and they're pretty unhappy. Ah, I spy a spider I can see by his red name. Oh, nice, I got him for 170 with that. We get a lot of damage done quickly with Blackout Kick when we get some of those free Blackout Kicks. It's very powerful. So normally it uses up 2 of our chi, versus Tiger Palm, which only uses 1. So, this is interesting. I wonder where else we can get these spiders, since they seem to have all been hunted out of existence in this area. Unfortunately, at times like these, we can't really switch channels or anything like that. Unlike in Terra, where there are, especially initially, there were so many people in the starting areas that they kind of wanted to spread things out, give people a better chance of getting stuff done. Here, it's all on the same sort of world, so to speak, same server and in the same existence at any given time, with the exception of a few areas that use this thing called phasing, which was introduced a while back, and it basically allows quests to change the world around you without impacting the gameplay experience of others in the same server. But this doesn't incorporate phasing, so that's why we can't find spiders that are sort of our personal spiders that nobody else can hunt. Everybody can hunt them, and that means sometimes there just aren't spiders to be found. So we just kind of run back and forth through this area. Ah, there's one. We try to get them before other people do. It seems like the other players that were here have pretty much cleared out though, so I'm not too concerned. Alright. Sometimes though, we just do not get the loot that we need. We need 3 more dusky lumps, and we've killed a couple spiders now, and they have not dropped it. I know they can because, or rather, I know that they're correct spiders and that they can drop it because they have the red names. Normal mobs that are aggressive, like this guy over here, if I click on him, his name's in red, but his name isn't hovering above him. So, I know that the guys that have their names hovering above them in red are the spiders we need, like this one. You can see, before I even click on him, no circle on the ground. Now I click on him, there's a circle, and both times his name is in red in the air. So that's kind of to clue you in that this is an important thing that you need to fight. So, well, that's one more. So now we only have 2 remaining. 2 remaining spiders. We might be lucky enough to get them with only 2 more spiders, or if luck is against us, we may be here for the rest of an episode hunting 200 more spiders. I'm kidding to a certain extent. It's very unlikely that would be the case, and even if it were, we wouldn't have time to kill 200 spiders in one episode, but here we go. Come on, buddy. I ought to be able to get some spider meat just from any old spider. I don't know why it has to be specific spider meat. But at the least, it's good that we're getting a solid amount of experience from these guys. It's pushing us towards level 21, so that's moving along nicely. I guess I'll hunt this wolf while we're waiting. And there's a spider, so I'm going to kind of roll over there. If the wolf stays with us, we can fight both of them. Yeah, there we go. Nice, so now we can Now I can just Fists of Fury both of them. Nice. And no Dusky Lump. No luck at all. Oh, this is interesting. That's a rare beast. He's kind of a different model. Let's try to get him. So rares usually are more difficult, but a lot of times they'll drop some armor or something like that, so we might get something cool off of this guy. A number of rare creatures are only there because they are tameable by hunters. Some of them have been added in more recently, so we got a level 20 cloak, but it's not as good as our current one, so we're not gonna use it. But that's pretty cool that we found a rare mob. Rare mobs spawn every so often. That is, they exist in the world every so often until they're killed. But they tend to, as their name would imply, not always be around. And usually they have something special about them. Oftentimes they're on par with elite creatures in terms of dealing additional damage, having additional health, and that makes them somewhat of a challenge for single players to take down. Other times they're intended to be hunter pets that have a unique look to them, or they'll carry some loot that's of value to players. The other thing that comes into play later on usually is rare mobs are part of achievements for things like hunting rare mobs in Outland or Northrend or Pandaria. And so they can be sought out by players that are trying to complete certain achievements. Oh my goodness. We only need one more Dusky Lump, and it is taking quite a long time. This is one of the more major complaints, as I believe I've mentioned previously. Sometimes you just do not get the items that you sort of should from a given creature. For example, if I had a quest to collect 8 spider legs, one might think, and in World of Warcraft you'd be wrong, that you could collect all 8 legs from one spider. Any spider will probably give you 0 to 1 legs. Unfortunately, only one appears to be harvestable. I'm not exactly sure why, if there's a sort of stated reason for that, or if it's really just that they want the quest to be a bit more drawn out, but it can be difficult to gather things quickly sometimes. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people prefer, at least from what I've heard and from my own personal experience, a lot of people seem to prefer quests that involve killing a certain static number of creatures, because if you're told to kill 20 kobolds or 20 spiders, you know that after number 20 you can stop. If you're told to collect 20 kobold whiskers or something, or spider eyes, then you are left to try to kill as many as you can until you finally get the total number that you require. So if we take a look at this equipment, looks like there's a chest piece with 5 agility and 5 stamina. That seems considerable as an upgrade to our current equipment, so we're going to go ahead and accept that. We also get flash bundles, which are a bind on pickup, pillar of fire, burning enemies for damage and damage over time. So I'm going to go into my bags and just equip that, and then I'm going to move this flash fire thing up here. I'm also going to put it on our action bar so we remember to try it out at some point. So we get a quest, the Hermit, and the Night Watch, and it looks as though we've got another quest or 2 to turn in here. So where are they? In the back here, Chef Grawl, seasoned wolf kebabs, good, and this gives us some new food, that's cool. And then dusky crab cakes. We got some gooey spider cake, very cool. So let's take a look at this food for a second. Looks like the gooey spider cakes give us 6 stamina and spirit, so that's nice. And the seasoned wolf kebabs give us 6 stamina and spirit, so we'll hang on to those and eat them over time. The other thing that we can do, if I can figure out where it went, yes. So we've got a recipe here and a recipe here. Now I'm going to hang on to these in case we want to learn cooking in the future. But I will go in and sell most of the rest of this stuff. A lot of it is gray items that we simply don't need, or white ones that could be useful, but we're not going to use them in any short amount of time, so right now they're just taking up inventory space. A few of them are greens and blues, which if we were an enchanter we could disenchant to create ourselves some supplies to use later on, but as we can't, there's no particular reason for us to hold on to them. Some greens and blues we could sell, certainly, but oh, this is interesting. Okay, so we've got a quest that sends us off in this direction, which I'm going to go try to take care of here before we go fight Worgen in the woods, which is the quest for killing the Worgen that we fought earlier. We can also pick up this, and looks like there is one other. Oops, we don't want to interrupt our mount cast. There's one other quest over here, so we're just going to run around and pick up all of these quests and then go up and try to find the hermit for one of these. Find the denizen of the tower at Beggar's Haunt. So looks like that's going to be right up here. So there's kind of this destroyed tower that we can take a look at and hopefully find the denizen of. Yes, here he is. Abercrombie. Okay.
Hello.
Speak with Madame Eva in Darkshire. Well, seems pretty reasonably easy. We've got a couple quests down here, to the stars, look to the stars rather, and the night watch. So we'll need to complete them. And we can also go out and hunt some Worgen in the woods, but for now we've got a couple people to talk to in town, so let's see what we need to do for that. So when these when these question marks, like on the mini map right now, we've got full Madame Eva, and this one won't seem to show me who it's over, but these question marks basically gray themselves out if the person is inside the building. So you can kind of tell when you're not in the same sort of structure as them. So complete the quest. Oh my goodness, so we just reached level 22. And bring the spectral comb to Blind Mary. Alright, so we just got 3 new abilities. Let me try to take a look. So Touch of Karma, all damage you take is redirected to the enemy as nature damage over 6 seconds instead of you. Damage can't exceed your total health. So I'm going to move that up here. Legacy of the Emperor. We increase strength, agility, and intellect by 5%. And I'm going to move that over here so that we can, well, actually, I'm going to just put this right there. And then keep Resuscitate here. And then we got another one, Touch of Death. So let's see if we can find that in our book here. So, Touch of Death. Exploit the target's weakest point, instantly killing them. Only usable on non-player targets who have equal or less health than you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down in our action bar, I guess. And we can try that out a little later. This is certainly making us level up very quickly when we turn in all of these quests and such with our XP bonus. So we'll talk to Clerk Daltrey, the Legend of Stalvan. complete, and so we want to know about him. We gotta go look at some documents. Collect the bundle of shredded letters from Brightwood Grove. Alright, so we'll accept that, and we should be pretty much good to go. So I'm going to just mount up here and try to head up into the hills near Darkshire again. This time a little further south from where we were hunting spiders and such before, and at least try to take out some of the Nightbane Worgen and all those that we were running into before that we now need to kill for quests. So I'm going to use Legacy of the Emperor since that gives us this little bell. I should grab that tin vein as well at some point. But now we can try out some of these abilities. Oh my goodness, we just totally killing blowed that guy, no problem. I see, there's a long cooldown on Touch of Death. So, I mean, not like a hugely long cooldown, but I'm gonna just move it over because it's a little easier to trigger there. I have sort of a standard key binding that I use, and I forget if I've mentioned it in the past, but basically along my bottom bar I keep sort of my 6 most frequently used abilities during combat. And well, that's interesting. Dark Runner.
That ability is not ready yet.
Oh boy. So we've got ourselves 2 guys in combat here.
That ability is not ready.
Anyway, my bottom 6 abilities across this bar I can trigger through the use of the scroll up, scroll down, and then control scroll up, control scroll down, and alt scroll up, alt scroll down. So I can use those keys to trigger a lot of different abilities all at once. Oh no, this guy's going for our mining node. No. Oh, actually it's a gold vein. We can't even mine it anyway. I guess that's okay then. You win this time, more experienced miner. But there is a Nightbane Worgen over here that we need to fight. Oh my. Oh, I think we just walked into the wrong section of the neighborhood. There are Worgens all over the place. Hey, buddy. Alright, so we were able to instant kill that guy. And I should be able to take out these others without dying. Or this other guy. Let's see. There we go. So he is down. We still need to... Oh wait, did we actually get the... Looks like we may have collected the... Oh, we need the bundle of letters. We're gonna run away from these guys though. Oh my goodness, we are in a bad situation here. Being chased by Worgen and a spider. I think for now we're gonna run back and turn this quest in, and then try to get the letters another time. Because they are all the way over here, so we can kind of go in specifically for them. Okay, and if we don't get too hung up on all of this stuff, we can turn in this quest. So here is Calor. Impressive. And killed 10 Nightbane Shadow Weavers. Alright, well, duly noted, Calor, but I think for today we're going to have to take a little bit of a rest. So I'm going to run into the inn here just so that we can keep accumulating our rested experience, get that high XP, and looks like we are good to go. So you can tell that we've used all of our rested experience because our bar has turned back to purple, and if you mouse over it, it says normal, 100% gain, instead of rested, 200% gain. So next time we should have some more rested experience, and that'll be great. So thank you guys very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time, and hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Bye!